Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Building You podcast. It's episode 13, and today we are talking about change and how to move with it, which is terrifying for myself and for a lot of other people. But I think it's a really important topic because change is inevitable, right? It's scary, but it's inevitable. And at the end of the day, it can be a really beautiful thing. I think this is a conversation that is applicable for a lot of people. There's a lot of change happening in everyone's lives. And with the right tools and the right mindset, it can be a beautiful thing. If you're new here, welcome to the Building You podcast. We talk about all the things that help you build you. And if you're coming back, welcome back. So happy to have you here for another conversation. You make this community, and I'm so happy that you're here. Enough said. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, change. Even saying the word is somewhat unsettling, and that's because I have work to do too. And I think that's the beauty of this podcast, is that I am not a super successful person sitting here talking to you about all the things that I've done and how you can walk in my footsteps, but I'm also just a girl figuring things out. And I'm also just trying to move with change and trying to figure it all out and trying to learn how to accept change. And so this is as much needed for me as it is for you and your friends and whoever you want to share this with. Change. Here's your first example of moving with change. This episode is going to be the last episode of the first season of Building You. There will be more seasons. I had no intention of releasing these episodes as seasons. I intended on going straight through forever and ever. However, I have accepted that in the last couple weeks, with the influx of change in my life, it's the best for me to take a pause, recuperate, plan my next steps, and then go from there. I was recently engaged. I'm planning a wedding. I've had an influx of other work, and everything is just a little bit crazy right now, and my brain is having a hard time wrapping my head around it. And I, at the end of the day, want to create good content for you, and I want to feel good about the content that I produce. And if I am panicked and stressed and recording things just to record, you're going to feel it, I'm going to feel it, and then no one's happy. So this will be the last episode of season 1 of Building You, but don't worry, we will be back. I don't have an official date yet, but you, if you're following or subscribed to the newsletter, will be the first to know as soon as I have a date that we're coming back for season 2. Back and better than ever. Maybe I'll even have a microphone and a setup. We'll see. It's scary, and sometimes when you move with change, you almost feel like you're giving in. I was initially reluctant to move to biweekly episodes because I felt like I was admitting that I couldn't keep up with my workload. And I mean, I was, but there's no shame in that. There's no shame in saying, this is not working for me. Let me shift. Let me adjust. Let me reposition. Let me rattle my compass a little bit and figure out if it's actually pointing north. I'm so tired of people feeling like adapting to their current situation or changing their situation to accommodate their energy, their health, their lifestyle is failure. It's not failure. It's not failure. What's the point in swimming upstream when there is a river to your left that is going in the direction that you want to go? You just have to move with it. Look at that. I'm going to write a book. I probably shouldn't. I've been doing a lot of reflecting recently just with the change that's happening in my life and the change that I can see in other people's lives, in my clients' lives, in my friends' life. And there's a lot. Everybody is juggling a lot. What I've gathered is a few key steps that I summarized into 3 steps that will help us navigate change, move with it, and really just get the best out of the experience that we're having. Step 1, accept that it's inevitable. It's inevitable. If you want to succeed, change will come. If you want to grow, change will come. If you want to do new things, that requires change. If you want to move somewhere, if you want to start a family, if you want to chase a new career, all of that requires change. It's inevitable. If you are happy with everything in your life right now, content with everything, the food that you eat, the lifestyle that you lead, how you treat yourself, your relationships with others, then kudos. Maybe you can stay that way forever if you really want to. No one's pushing you. But most of us, we want change. We want to grow. We have a milestone that we're climbing towards. We have something that is on our mind, if not more than one thing. All of that requires change. And if change is inevitable, I think we want to get better at handling it, right? I think that accepting that change is inevitable instantly calms me, because when everything feels chaotic and up in the air and spontaneous and like I'm walking into unknown territory, I can remember that this is normal, and I am not the first person who's felt like this. And if I were to walk out in a crowd, I would probably see so many people who are in the exact same situation as me. feeling a little bit lost, feeling overwhelmed, feeling maybe like an imposter. Maybe you stepped into a new position at work and you're like, I don't know if I deserve this, or I don't know how to do this. I don't know how I got here, but you want it. So take the step into the unknown and say out loud, I don't know what I'm doing here. Say out loud, I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know how I'm going to get to where I want to go, but I know that I'm going to keep going and I'm going to find my way there because I'm capable and I do deserve this. It's tricky because change can feel scary even when it's positive change. You can sometimes feel maybe like you're not ready. Maybe you'll self-sabotage. Maybe you feel like this isn't the way that it was supposed to happen. Maybe you felt like you should have worked a little bit harder to earn this. Maybe you feel like you don't deserve it. But at the end of the day, I truly believe that the universe will not give you something that you're not ready for. I can't remember where I heard these words, but I heard them somewhere. Someone said, you wonder why you haven't won the lottery yet, but are you ready to handle that sum of money? I remember hearing those words when I was in a time of personal financial crisis. And I personally have never bought a lottery ticket in my life, but everyone dreams of winning the lottery. And those words just really rung true in my head, I think, because they were really tied to the position that I was in at that point of really struggling to make ends meet. And this person said, maybe, the universe isn't giving you that money because you don't know how to handle it yet. You're not ready for it yet. And that stuck with me. That really stuck with me. I don't know the certain percentage. I don't know the numbers, but I do know that most lottery winners end up bankrupt within their first year. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy when the universe gives you stuff that you can't handle? But I think that it's a lesson, right? I think that the universe knows what you can handle. And I think that all of these little lessons and all of these little pebbles on the road and all these little Lego bricks that you're stepping on that are teaching you little lessons are like, they're preparing you for this change. And then when all of these things start to pile on at the same time, maybe your schedule changed, maybe you're in a new relationship, maybe, I don't know what your change might be. But if you're feeling you are not ready to handle it, know that you are. You are ready to handle it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be happening. You might just need to dig a little bit deeper. Accept that change is inevitable, I promise you. It's a peace of mind, and it's also true. You have to change to grow. Number 2. Take care of your basic needs. I'm really bad for this. The second that life gets overwhelming and things start shifting, maybe I start a new job or my schedule changes, I have to work one extra day in the week or anything, literally anything, I will almost instantaneously try to throw all of the things that I need out the window. And by that, I mean good sleep. I mean, mindfulness moments, like whether it's just a walk or thinking or like saunaing or anything that is just caring for me, I will immediately chuck that out the window and try to create space for all of this new change. That's understandable. I mean, there's only 24 hours in the day. If you're trying to fit a bunch of things into those 24 hours, sometimes you have to make hard cuts. However, if you are being bombarded by change, if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you are feeling lost and like you're drifting, do you really think that not taking care of yourself is gonna benefit you in any way? No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. And I tell myself this often, like, how am I supposed to show up at my best? How am I supposed to put my best foot forward if I myself am not feeling good? If I myself don't have my own back? If I couldn't even care about myself enough to wash the makeup off my face last night before I passed out on the couch? And that's not to say that I'm hating on myself. I mean, we're all human. Sometimes you're exhausted. It is what it is. But when there's so much change and there's so many moving parts surrounding you and everything is overwhelming, you need to stay grounded. You need to stay true to yourself. Even if you don't 100% know what you want or what you're going to do next, you need to know that you have your own back here and now. And you show yourself that in different ways. You show yourself that by eating when you're hungry. Eat. And eat good food. Nourish yourself. Nourish your brain. Nourish your body. Sleep well. Give yourself rest. You can answer the emails tomorrow. You can figure that out tomorrow. It's done. The day is done. Give yourself a break. You can show yourself this by taking care of your body physically. Go exercise. Go move your body. Take care of your health. And little things like speaking kind to yourself in the mirror and not being like, oh gosh, I'm so stupid. Don't say that to yourself. You're not stupid. When I first started becoming a personal trainer, this whole world was so overwhelming to me. As a person with crippling ADHD and clinical anxiety that really struggles with time management and self-organization, all of a sudden I'm being bombarded by my own schedule, my clients' schedules, everybody's individual needs, and just every day being a little bit different was terrifying. I double booked myself multiple times before I figured out my own systems to keep myself straight. I now keep 3 calendars. 3 calendars. And before I say yes or no to anyone, I check all 3. 3 times. I check all 3 times. 1 check, double check, triple check. And then I answer. But, I still make mistakes. Even now with all of the experience that I have under my belt, I still make mistakes in scheduling. I sleep through my alarm sometimes. We're all human. But I'm really trying to train myself to be kind. To be kind. Some weeks are busier than others. Give myself a break when I get tired on those weeks. Give myself a break when I forget my lunch at home. Give myself a break. Be kind and take care of yourself. Have your own back. So when everything else is crazy, you know that you have you, because that is the most important part. Have your own back. Take care of yourself. Step 3, adopt a growth mindset. You hear the word growth mindset everywhere, and I think that it can be applicable to a bunch of different things. But today I'm using it to say, look at these opportunities, look at these things that are changing, and choose to see it as an opportunity. Because not every aspect of change is going to feel positive. Maybe you got fired. Maybe your partner left you. Maybe you have to move, and you don't want to. Not every aspect of change can feel positive, but that doesn't mean that they're negative either. I gotta be honest with you, 2 years ago, I was sitting in my car with nowhere to go because I just ended a 5-year relationship with the person I was living with, and I was borderline bankrupt because I was out of work, and I felt like my life was over. I did. I felt like my life was over. I was freaking out. I did not know what to do. I felt like a failure. I felt embarrassed. I didn't want to call my parents. I didn't know what to do. And everything felt negative. Every single thing in my life felt like it was just crashing down, caving in, and it was brutal. And, if I were to talk to 20-year-old Asa right now and say, Asa, you are now working a job that you love dearly. You are now financially stable. You have friends who love you. You have a family that adores you. You get to make your own schedule. You're engaged to the man of your dreams. 20-year-old Asa would say, now what the hell are you talking about? What the heck are you talking about? 20-year-old Asa would have been like, shut up. I am sleeping in my car. But now, literally 2.5 years later, I'm sitting here and thinking, I'm so glad that I took that leap. I'm so glad that I stayed the course, that I didn't give in, that I didn't choose the easy option, because the easy option would have been to stay in a relationship that wasn't the best for me or my partner, because it was comfortable, because I wouldn't have had to move, because I wouldn't have had to find other living accommodations, because I wouldn't have had to scrape by on pennies for months. But I stayed the course. And I think that even though in that moment, 20-year-old me was freaking out and just absolutely distraught, I think she knew that this was the best thing too. And I think that she knew that all of this was out here for me. I just had to find it, even in those dark moments. And honestly, when things start to trip me up now, when I start to feel overwhelmed or feel like things are not working out in my favor, I think back to those nights that I spent couch surfing with friends and looking for affordable apartments, trying to find a place of my own so I could get back onto my own feet. And I remember that everything can work out. You just have to keep going. You just have to keep going in the darkest of times, in the craziest of times, in the most chaotic of times. Accept that between all of this craziness, there is opportunity. There's opportunity. There's a theory out there that has taken shape multiple different times. I've heard it labeled as the red car theory. I know Mel Robbins uses it as the look for a heart exercise. But the idea is simple. If you are looking for something, you'll find it. If you drive to work today and you don't pay any attention, you won't notice any red cars. But if someone told you that they were going to pay you $50 every single time that you see a red car, you would be looking for red cars left and right? If someone challenged you today to look for something outside that's shaped like a heart, you would find something. But that's because you're looking. And I think that when we are going through these changes and periods of great discomfort in our life, we stop looking because we're so overwhelmed with the things that are so clear to see right in front of our face. And that's the discomfort, the hurt, the pain, the overwhelm. But between all of that, there's red cars and there's hearts. There's opportunity for you. And if you're taking care of yourself and you are accepting the state that you're in, you might have a better chance at seeing those red cars and hearts. Change might be the farthest thing from comfort. I mean, when I think of change, especially great periods of change, I think about a baby being born or a caterpillar coming out of a cocoon. Do you think that's comfortable? Babies are crying for a reason. I know there's probably better medical reasons, like they're getting air. for the first time and they're freaking out. But I know there's medical reasons why babies cry at birth, but I think it's also scary. You were once in a very comfortable womb and all of a sudden now you're being spanked by some random guy in a white coat and there's a bunch of people around you and there's lights everywhere and you're breathing air for the first time and it's crazy. And that's kind of what all of these points of change are throughout our lives. You're being reborn into a new period of your life. You're being launched into a new situation and you have to use skills that you've never used before, that you might feel are unprepared, and it's scary. But babies are meant to be born. But at the end of the day, the baby can't live in the womb forever, and you can't stay here forever either, because you have goals. You have a purpose. You have things that you want to do. You have things that you want to see. And change comes along with that. And honestly, we can choose to wallow in it, or we can choose to accept that it's a beautiful thing. And we can choose to be kind to ourselves through change, that we're going to make mistakes because we're learning. We're on a new playing field. And it's okay to not be good at everything right away. It's okay to fumble. It's okay to make mistakes. Own it. Be kind to yourself. Accept that you're going through change. Look for the opportunity. And I promise you, this experience will feel a lot different. I'm so excited to come back and talk to you guys after this short break. I am going to do my best to take care of myself in the meantime and stay active on social media. So follow me there if you haven't already, Building You Pod on Instagram. And my personal Instagram is aza.fit for all of my personal training, fun things. I'm there all the time. And we'll keep growing, we'll keep learning, and we'll come back soon for season 2. And I could not be more excited. Bigger and better things are coming, and we're embracing the change. If you found this episode helpful, share it with someone who you think might also find it helpful. I know that a lot more people than we think are going through change, and they might just not be talking about it. Maybe this is just what they need to hear. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, so that when we come back for season 2, you know where to find me. If you're on Spotify, rate the show, leave a comment, let me know how you feel. I love to hear from you guys. And until we pick up for season 2, please take care of yourselves. Re-listen to the other episodes that we've released already, and we'll be back sooner than you know. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.